Yesterday was International Women's Day, and we always have like two themes for the celebration. But generally, what International Women's Day means to me is the celebration of the strength that we as women have. Even when the systems, the structures, the cultures have kind of like wanted to downplay or trivialize that strength and power, the contributions that we can make in the world, even when it feels like we're going forward with, gender equality, zero sexual abuse, and zero femicide. The world we are in today just kind of like amplifies some of the woes that women still go through. And on this day, it is like a call to action that there is still more to do, and also standing in awe of how far we have actually come. Realizing that as a woman, you can do anything. Nigeria has the lowest number of women representing them in politics. In Nigeria, it feels like women need to beg. I hate it when they say, women should demand for their rights. I was like, why do we even have to demand? Why should we demand for it? But then I get the motive behind that word. I'd prefer fight than demand. Right? You take away what rightly belongs to you. I am a woman who has great knowledge, skills, and the ability to occupy a position. Why can't I? And at this phase in my life, especially as a young person, I want to use it to amass a wealth of knowledge, amass a wealth of history. How do things form? How were nations built? Colonization. What were the role of women in the ancient times when it came to ruling? What were the role of women when it came to shaping societies? Are we progressing or are we regressing? Because, when I read the stories of Margaret Atwood, Funmilayo Ransome Kuti, the Aba women, like these women were not scared of opening their mouths or of showing power. In this generation, it feels like women are scared of showing power, of opening their mouth to say things. Don't get me wrong. Women are doing things. Well, or maybe we are not documenting. We're actually documenting. Natasha is a great example of a woman that is really powerful in politics right now. And I wonder when they're reading about her in maybe 100 years to come, how they will look at Natasha, because she really rankled politics in this country. And I also understand how history can idolize events. So probably at that time, while women were doing extraordinary things, of course there were other women that were still suffering, which is almost the same to now. But what I'm saying, are we regressing, is we should actually be doing more than those women were doing back in the days. It shouldn't be a state of stagnancy or a state of we took a step back. We should be moving forward, right? We see in other climes where women are actually pushing forward, moving forward, standing and doing things. And as a young person, I said it on radio today that for women to lead, for women to be in political positions, they need to know about politics. They need to know about the industry they are leading. They need to understand the threads that weave that industry together, the people that started it, the values, the morals that went into building that industry, and what are the loopholes, what are the gaps, and what can be done better. Because you're already marginalized as a woman, you can't just come and say, I want to rule. You have pushbacks. People will challenge you. So let it be said that when they challenge you, you know how to defend yourself. You know what you're doing. You know why you are here. You're not just here to just take up a seat or a position. It cannot be compared to when a man wants a position. Just the fact that he's a man and he has confidence, that's all that matters. But as a woman, you need to back up your confidence with the laws of the land. Do you know the laws of the land? Do you know politics? Do you know what happened in time? Do you know what happened in history? Do you know the gaps that needs to be filled? Do you know what your society or your environment is saying about a particular issue? What is the problem that you want to solve? That is the edge you can have over anybody. That competence, that knowledge, that wisdom, that thinking, that being a thought leader in that thing you are striving for. You can't just come and say you want something. So for me, 10 years from now, I do not know where I will be. I have an idea of where I might be. And because I do not know specifically where I will be, but I have like a glimpse, a perspective of what industry is going to be in. And right now is the time for me to walk towards it, read, have conversations on it. Since joining the Common Futures conversations at Chatham House, at some point I was just like, what am I doing here again? Because the people that were replying, doing challenges, they look really sound. They look like they know what is happening in the world. And I know what is happening in the world, but I don't have I can't articulate it in a language that is global. I just have a surface knowledge of it. I don't have an in-depth knowledge of it. So I need to go and seek for knowledge. And why I should be feeling embarrassed or like a commoner or like I'm not deserving of this space, I want to choose the other part. The other part of this is an opportunity for you to ask the most stupid, dumbest questions, for you to research, for you to watch, consume, take in, read journals, articles, because it's like a wall you're building. I read Nehemiah today, the rebuilding of the walls and how when they faced opposition, Nehemiah had to bring, people, security. So as they were building the wall, they had their hands on their swords and on their arms and ammunitions. And for a woman who wants to do extraordinary things in the world, your arm and your ammunition is your confidence, yes, but also what is in your brain, what is in your mind, your knowledge, your wisdom. So I want to arm myself with knowledge, consume the right content, challenge status quo. Yes, I might not know it that well, but I know that this is wrong. So why are they doing it? What is happening here? How did this come about? Engage with my colleagues when they're having conversations. Anything I do not understand, I will not say, oh, I understood it, or I will not shut up my mouth. I'll be like, can you explain that to me further? The bottom line of what I'm saying here is, as a woman, realize that you have something extraordinary to give to the world. And when you figure out what it is that you want to give to the world, or God has shown you what is it exactly you want to give to the world, I urge you to go and study. Take yourself back to school again. There's a whole university of content to feed you online. Use your TikTok for good. Use your Instagram for good. Use your YouTube for good. Learn. So our challenge this year at Chatham House is nuclear proliferation. So there's a new do you want me to go into this? I'd never thought about nuclear proliferations before in my life. And this is making me want to do it. So it's all about amassing that knowledge. Because if you have knowledge, you can do anything. The Bible says, my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. So you can't perish if you have knowledge. You move differently when you have knowledge. So amass knowledge, ask questions, be a critical thinker. Refuse to be reactive. It's not every information you get that should, irritate you or make you happy. Sit with it for a moment and think, what exactly is this person saying? And what does this imply? With what I know about this subject, is this factual or is it fair? Is it objective? And oh my God, is this boring? It is so boring. But guess what else is boring? Or guess what else is disappointing and embarrassing? Not being able to get into the things you want to get into because you don't have an idea of what it is. I know it might be a struggle being a student again of that thing you're passionate about, but best believe that it's going to reap fruit very soon. I actually wish that I started learning about like politics, the global economy years ago. I honestly wish that I did, but oh well, here we are. So it's little by little, small by small. I'm rooting for you and see you at the top.